Hey babe, what do you want to do tonight?
Let's watch more Sur-ron stir videos.
Yeah, I love how he does wheelies and then claps every time.
Are those Shinko tires? He could do some cool wheelies with those tires. I'm gonna go hang out with him.
Man, the stock tires aren't that bad. Let me get me some of those Shinko tires. Oh, here we go. Alright, how am I going to install these? Let's see. Ah, here we go. Hey guys, it's Kyle down here at Lunicycle. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a flat or swap a tire on the Talaria or Sur-ron wheels. The first thing you want to do is remove the wheel from the bike. I have several videos. We'll put links in the description if you need help removing the wheel from the bike. I'm also going to put some links to some upgraded tires. Today we'll be installing the Shinko tire on the 19-inch Talaria wheel. All these steps will also help you fix a flat tire. So the first thing you want to do if you don't have a flat is let all the air out of the tire. Now on all these 19-inch wheels, all you need is some basic bicycle tire levers. If you're doing this on the 17-inch XXX wheels, you may need some proper tire levers for dirt bikes. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to swap out a 19-inch tube and tire. So the way I like to do this is you need to unseat the bead all the way around on both sides. So with all the air removed, you want to just push down and unseat this bead all the way around on one side and all the way around on the other side. So both of these beads are no longer locked onto the rim. And then one trick I've learned is to use your knee to kind of push down on this bead. You want the edges of the tire, which is what I'm going to refer to as the bead, into the middle of the rim. The rim kind of caves in a little bit here, and it'll give you a little more room to pry this tire off. You see here, I'm going to push down here with my knee, and then on the opposite side, I'm going to start to pry this lever off, or pry this tire off. And once you get it started a little bit, you want to go around with your hands and push this bead in. That's going to give you more room to work up here. And once you get it a little ways, you should just be able to slide this lever and remove half of this tire. So you see we're halfway there. Now if you're fixing a flat tire, all you would want to do at this point is pull your tube out. And before you put a new tube in, you would want to run your hand and find what popped your tube to begin with, either a nail or a thorn. If you want to remove that, you would simply unthread this little 12mm nut that's on the valve, undo this all the way, and then you can pull your tube out and just install a new tube. Push up on the valve and you should be able to pull this all the way out. There we go. But today we are swapping the whole tire. So if you're swapping the whole tire, you can actually leave the tube installed, but it's too late for that. We're going to remove it all the way. Now getting the rest of the tire off of this rim is extremely easy. You don't need any tools. It just pops off like this. Now, today we're going to be installing the Shinko tire. This is a nice 50/50 tire. It's great for off-roading and street use. I'm going to show you how to get this installed. And on the 19-inch, it's super easy. So the way I like to do this, I like to put the valve into the hole, put the little valve nut in place, just a few turns. There's many ways to do this, but this is how I prefer to swap tires. And then I'm going to start with the valve towards me. I'm going to want to have the tube just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up the new tire and push this bead behind this valve right here. So as you can see, right behind the valve, I have that part of the tire. I'm going to then go around and get the rest of that far side bead onto the rim, and this will just kind of pop into place. These tires are very easy to change. Alright, so now you see the tire is halfway installed. I'm going to then go around and push the tube up into the tire. You want to be careful not to twist this tube. So if you have some air in it like this, it'll keep it from getting twisted up or pinched. Alright, we're almost done. So the new tube is where you want it. Now it's time to pry the remainder of the tire into place. I like to start opposite of the valve and finish up right where the air valve is. It is helpful to push the air valve up into the tire. It can be a little bit helpful when you're prying this last little part on. Now, with Shinko tires, they usually go on without any type of lube, but I'm going to show you how to apply lube to this, and it'll help you pry this tire into place. So once you get part of this tire started, go ahead and apply some lube. Around the remainder of the bead and just pry it into place. You do want to be careful not to pinch the tube underneath. If you're patient and don't rush this, you'll get this tire on in no time. And the last little part you should just be able to push on with your palm. There we go. Alright, so your final step is going to be to inflate the tire and seat the bead. It can actually be safest to air up the tire once it's reinstalled on the bike. If you don't have this bead on here properly, it can blow off. So it is safest on the fork or on the bike. To seat the bead, what I'm talking about is getting this little edge even all the way around. Sometimes part of this tire will be sucked down into the rim and the tire won't be even. On the Shinko tires, you may need to squirt some more lube onto it. Soapy water works great. And then you will need to overinflate it to about 50 psi. You'll see the whole thing pop into place, and then you will want to let some of the air out. 50 psi will be much too rigid for street riding or dirt riding. On the sidewall, it does say 42 psi, but that is still stiff. So most guys are happy around 32 psi. You can choose which pressure works best for you. The final step will be to snug down the little valve nut. You don't want this crazy tight, otherwise you can rip the valve right off the tube and you'll have to start again. So once you've got the valve nut tightened, it's time to get out there and ride. Man, these Shinko tires were easy to install. Where's your new boyfriend?
He got that E-Ride Pro and it just breaks all the time.
Heard there's a new Sur-ron video. How do you think he eats with that helmet on?